In today's lesson, I'm going to talk about mistakes that'll get your downlines to quit. So make these mistakes and your downlines will quit. All right, share a couple of these mistakes, okay? Number one, grab my phone here. Number one is, by the way, just a disclaimer, I've made all these type of mistakes. I've made them, I made them again. I pushed people away. In fact, I lost the leader that recruited 30-something customers in the first month, and I lost her. Okay, I've also lost some good people. So I'm sharing these mistakes so you don't make the same mistakes as well. Okay, by the way, that leader who recruited 30-something people quit, that's another story. But I just want to share with you how to build an organization fast and keeps retention and duplication. Okay. All right, so you can all hear me okay with the audio? Here, it's fine. I think some of you said the audio is not good. Tapping the yes, so good. All right, we're good. I think there's this little delay here that is messing things up. All right, I think we're good here. So anyway, I made all these type of mistakes, so I want to make sure you don't make them. Okay, if you want to build a team fast, here are a couple of things. So number one, know that you are a go-getter. You're watching this, you are a go-getter. Okay, you are that leader. And it is incorrect to assume that everyone else is going to be like you. So you have to accept that most are not going to be like you. Okay, they're not going to be like you unless they come to you, and most people don't do much. And by the way, this is not again a knock against network marketing. This is like in anything, right? Most people go join the gym. They're not going to be like 3% body fat and go be Mr. and Mrs. Universe. Right? Most people who in a tennis club, they're not going to practice 7 days a week and be a tennis pro. Most people who go out there and go take these cooking classes, they're not going to be an expert to go and be, on a cooking show, start a restaurant, right? Most people who take photography lessons, and buy all the fancy equipment, they're not going to go out there and be professional photographers. They treat it like a hobby. So it's not against the network marketing. That's like in human nature. That's like that. And by the way, there's nothing wrong with that. Don't make the mistake I made, like, hey, you're not a go-getter, you're a loser, right? You don't respond back, you don't show up, you're a loser. You push, you message them, you send a message, push. And you know what? Then they just like, all right, I don't want to deal with this, because you're not making them feel good. You drive them away, and they leave your team forever. But bulk of your organization, over 65-80% of people in your business are basically going to, 65 to 90% of your business are just basically going to be customers. They do a little bit. They don't do much. But that's the bulk of your organization, and you need them because they drive your volume. You want to get a rank advancement? You want to get to the next rank? You need lots of people that are doing little, but they like the products. They may get a customer once a month, once every couple of months, sign up one person a year. You can't drive them away. They're a big part of your organization. Now, how do you find that leader? You recruit to find that next leader. But most of the people, you can't drive them away. Okay, they're a big part. So don't keep pushing them, or you're going to lose them. Except that most people won't be like you. Now, how do you know some people is a potential leader? Is you message them, they message you back, right? You give them a small task, they immediately do it. Then that person has potential. But most of the time, most people don't do anything. By the way, duplication is a myth. It's a myth. Most people think it's like, oh, I'm going to sign up two people bring in two people bring in two, then it becomes 16, becomes 32, 64, and then the whole world is in my downline. That's a myth. Duplication, you duplicate leaders. The bulk of them, you keep them happy and fulfilled, right? And here's one of the mistakes people make. We talk about pushing people too far. Number two is not rewarding activity. Let me ask you this question. If someone brings you a three-way call or brings into a Zoom meeting, right? They bring in a Zoom meeting and the person didn't sign up. Okay? They're excited, they bring in their friend to a Zoom meeting and the person doesn't sign up. Do you think that person will bring in another meeting tomorrow? Do you think that person will bring another meeting on the next week's meeting? Probably not. Right? So, but the mistake people make is we reward results. And the team go, congrats for this person getting customers. Congrats for this person with new coming in. But what about the person who worked hard to bring someone to a three-way call, to a Zoom, but a person doesn't sign up? Are you rewarding that person? If you're not rewarding that person, there's very low chance that person will show up again next week. Now, I know you may show up, but you're the leader. Most people are not going to show up. So how do you keep them in? You have to reward activity. That's when I got my breakthrough. It was like, you got to reward activity. The person does nothing, you reward them. Yeah, congrats, that's awesome. Person boarded, boarded someone into his three-way car. Congrats, keep up the great work. In fact, go post on the profile and praise them, recognize them. Because we're humans, we all love recognition. We all love recognition, right? We all love, should I post in a private team group? Don't post in private team group. Post on a public profile. Congrats. Because you know what? Number one, people love the recognition. More people will see it. And also, you're actually helping them prospect. Their social media profile, hey, what's the thing that you got congratulated for? Right? And you don't need to mention the companies. Like, hey, just congrats to John Smith for his dedication, for his work ethic, for bringing someone to our presentation last night. I love the enthusiasm and energy. That creates curiosity. So you're actually helping your downlines create curiosity among the people, right? So recognize them, activity. Reward that. Recognize them. You can never recognize enough. People love, just the basic needs of mankind. We want food, we want shelter, we want love, right? This is love. Give them love. Make them feel special. Another mistake is people are customers. You're disappointed they don't want to do the business. Oh. You don't need a customer. A common question is, how do I get my customers to do the business? Don't. Accept that they're not. You want to get your customers, keep pushing them to do the business. You know what they're going to do? Oh, I'm going to just buy in Costco instead. I'm not going to buy your product. I'm going to buy on Amazon because Amazon, Costco is not going to bother me. Amazon, Costco is not going to make me feel bad. Stop making your downlines feel bad. There's no point in that. Make them feel loved. You want to get retention? Make them feel loved. Make them feel part of wanting to be in this community. Otherwise, because remember, it's competition's fierce. There's more people taking their way outside of network marketing than in. There's a game to watch. There's a movie to watch. There's Netflix to watch. Hulu to watch. Stuff to watch. Politics to talk about. Why do I want to stay in this with you? You make me feel bad. I'm definitely leaving. I'd rather go outside. I'd rather buy from Amazon, Costco, someone else. I don't want to buy from you. Don't make people feel bad. Okay, recognize them. Love on them. So, there's only 4 reasons why people stay, right? 4 reasons. About 4 reasons. Number 1 is they make money. They make money, they stay. That's a no-brainer, right? But number 2 is they love your product and service. They'll stay. And most people are just going to be customers. Number 3 is the social atmosphere. Social, the fulfillment, the friendship, the camaraderie. Make them feel loved. If you don't, they're going to go somewhere else. You don't make them feel loved. If in your group, community, they're going to go somewhere else to feel loved. They will leave your business. I promise you. I made that mistake. People also stay for fulfillment. How have you grown? That's why I recognize them. Hey, congrats for stepping up the leadership. Even I noticed it when I started doing this when we did our own traditional meetings. Hey, congrats to Joe Reyes. Joe Reyes, he was setting up the computer IT equipment. Such a team player. Way smarter than I do because I can't set up the AV equipment. He set it up. Congrats for stepping up as a leader. Joe Reyes could never bring a prospect. Maybe got 1 or 2 customers a year. But he was a valuable part of the team. Grew my business. Helped them out. And you want to keep people in for 1 more week. If they can stay in the business for 1 more week, eventually they'll get it. They may say, all right, I don't want to be a customer anymore. I want to go make it happen. Right? Believe in them. You love on them. By the way, by being harsh on them, like, come on, let's do this. What do they say? Hey, by the way, it doesn't increase their belief in the business because they're like, oh my, if you're so good, why are you spending time on me? And I knew I can't do it. Right? Give them fulfillment. I'll share a story with you. I had a lady that used to, a long time ago, she was pretty active. And she would help us record training calls and upload them. This was back in overseas, right? I was building in Malaysia at that time. Upload audios over. And she never really recruited. She maybe recruited 1 or 2 people in the first 3 months and then basically didn't do much. But she was always there helping out, upload audios and stuff. And, we had a company website. This is way before social media, Facebook. Like I've been building online for almost 20 years, right? Since 2004. So we had this website. People log in. By the way, I highly recommend you don't need to do that now. You have Facebook groups to use. But back then we needed it. And then because of technology, we didn't need it anymore. Because social media didn't need that anymore. But she used to be always active in the business. That's a role. We all loved her. We all, hey, hi to her. She felt important. And then the day we stopped, because social media, we didn't need that anymore. Like 2 months later, she quit. Not because she didn't make any money, because she didn't feel useful anymore. The technology beat her. So she wasn't part of the team. Every week she wasn't on a call. Every week people, hey, thank you, Sally, for uploading. Thank you for the training. She felt special. She was part of the team. Contributed to my authorship. Contributed to our volume. But once we didn't need her anymore because of technology, she left. Because she didn't feel the love anymore. So make sure people feel good. Fulfillment is a huge, huge part of the business, right? You want to create easy, quick wins. If you want to get your downlines to build their belief, make quick wins for them, right? And I see the mistake a lot of times, contests or incentives that are too difficult. You want to be a top recruiter or do it for 90-day challenge. No one could do it for you for 90 days. For 1 month, most people can't do it for 30 days. So you know what happens? You know what's the first objection when they do incentives? Why bother? I'm not going to win. Right? Who wins contests and incentives anyway? The leaders win. Like the leaders win. I go to events and the leaders win. I never win, so I'm not even going to bother. So this person that could have done something, that does nothing. The purpose of incentive, create a quick win. And they should really be activity-based. Activity-based, do something. Activity-based could be, hey, you create a social media post, a 1 week's post. By the way, we do that with BYOB. You attend BYOB workshops, I'll create the content for you. You just copy and paste. Copy and paste content for 7 straight days. 7 straight days. If your downlines do that, trust me, they will get a couple of people conversations. They feel good. They give them hope that they can do this business. Oh, reward activity. Someone I'm coaching at coaching one-on-one, actually 2 people. Another person did that for like 3 months ago. Amazing boost in the business. All they had to do is he wrote down social media posts and told the team every day for 7 straight days, copy and paste and send this out. And whoever does the most 3-way calls gets actually a private lunch with a leader. That's their word. It wasn't about who got the most customers. Whoever got the most calls set up. Doesn't matter. Even if no one joins, you are a winner. See, that build gives confidence. And some of you have no kids, you know that. As long as you make something fun for them, like a sport, they make it fun, they'll keep playing. If they keep playing, guess what? They'll eventually get good. Make sure it's activity-based, easy, quick wins. No, nothing intense. Remember, consistency always beats intensity. Not intense, easy stuff. Easy, but every day. Reward activity. As long as you keep doing it, consistency creates mastery. They'll get good at it. Last thing is, what can you do, right? Action step. Number 1, go and look at you. How are you recognizing activity in your team? Recognize activity. You can never overdo it. People love activity. It's ironic. I'm like, I've done marketing for so many years, 2 decades. I know the psychological triggers, the psychology. And even today, I'm a sucker for it. People tag me on posts. I'm like, oh, I feel good. I know the psychological triggers. What's happening? Marketers do it on me, but we're human. We're like that. People love recognition. Find a way to recognize activity. Look at your team downline. Maybe someone that showed up for a training call, never showed up before, first time on a call. Congrats. How about someone who showed up for the most trainings of the year? By the way, they don't only do that. They do that in school, right? That's called the attendance award. Perfect attendance award. Give that person an award. Who showed up the most? Who showed up the most times? Who showed up the longest? Who's given the most presentations? Focus on activity. Recognize activity. That keeps them in. Right? And really is, you keep them in long enough, one day they'll get it. If you want someone to, just say someone who doesn't do much, right? So people say, how do you wake them up? Don't wake them up. Right? Just reward and love on them. But the one thing you could do that could wake them up is you have to get them to an event. That's really the only way to wake them up. Actually 2 ways, right? Get them to an event, and you got to set the example and grow the business. Because when you grow, if you keep working the same people, whatever, you're not that successful. But when you keep recruiting and bring new people in, they're like, oh, you're growing. Then it actually increases their belief in the profession. Maybe they make that decision, okay, it's time for me to do it now. And get them to an event. Because the decision to go from someone not doing much to someone who's going to build is not by more information, right? Never ever send more information. More information will kill the business because more info to your downlines, you're like, overwhelmed, right? All the information they need to learn, they can find it themselves. They do not need more information. They need reward, fulfillment, and they need an emotion experience. An emotion experience comes from that event, seeing you do well. All right, so that's it for this training. Hopefully you found it helpful. These are just full transparency. I mean, a lot of those mistakes, that's what I'm very passionate about. If I had to do it all again, this is what I've created. I will hit 6 figures. It took me 6 figures, 4 or 5 years. I got 4.5, almost 5 years. I would become a diamond director, multiple 6-figure, much, much quicker if I knew this. Know that most people are not like you, but they're a valuable part of your business. Love on them, reward activity, get them to events, and you will see your business and your team grow bigger. They'll be happier, and you're going to grow faster. The business becomes just way much more fun.